congrats, Shell, assistant coach of the Australian women's cricket team.
Thank you.
Obviously a pretty exciting announcement today.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously got the news a week or so ago, so it's a really good opportunity for me, so looking forward to it.
Fair bit of playing experience. Can you just talk us a little bit about your coaching experience sort of since you've retired and that pathway that you've come through?
Sure. So I've been with the SA Scorpions and the WBBL Strikers for 2 seasons, and then prior to that also had the opportunity to coach with Ryan Harris at a CA under-19s team in the men's setup, so that was a really good experience, and also had some opportunities with the Shooting Stars and being involved in some of their camps and things like that in the pathway. So I guess I've had a bit of a variety of experiences, so looking forward to the next challenge.
So having had quite a extensive career as a player, what was it that made you want to get into coaching and sort of pursue that?
Yeah, look, I think initially I didn't go straight into coaching after I finished playing. I did work in cricket, I was in game development, and then an opportunity came up to coach, and I'd sort of done bits and pieces of it, but I guess once I sort of started doing it, I realised how much I did miss being involved in that team environment, and really enjoyed helping the young ones and being able to pass on some of the things that I learned in my career. Once I started doing it, I think it was something that I really realised that I did want to do and be part of.
I suppose having been part of such a successful team, is that sort of what you think you can bring to the group, that you have had that success and sort of pass on your experience, or what is it as assistant coach that you think you can really contribute to the team?
We had some good success when I played, and I just hope that, I think it's the little things that you pick up as a player that you want to pass on to the players about being involved in that environment and making the most of it and just enjoying their cricket and helping them understand that if they're enjoying their cricket, they're probably going to be playing well anyway. So, I just hope to bring a bit of that to the group, as well as some real positive energy.
You obviously don't start the role till late June, but what will some of the immediate goals be for you, and what are you going to try and achieve in your first little while in the role?
Between sort of now and then I've got to travel to the UK with the women's Indigenous team, so that's pretty exciting. But then once I start the role, help head into the NPS program, helping out Leah Poulton there. So that's going to be a good challenge and pretty exciting too, because that's with some of the younger players coming through that I sort of probably haven't had a lot to do with in the past. So that'll be one of our immediate things to address.
Just speaking about NPS, how important is that program for the development of the next generation, I suppose, and to have that depth in those players?
Yeah, look, that's obviously it's a pretty new program in the women's system, and I think it's a really important program. It's shown some success already, and it just gets that next group of players ready to be able to perform at the top level. Quicker than they may have in the past. So it's a really important program for us, and just sort of makes sure that we're planning for the future as well.
So you were on the tour to India recently, which was quite successful, finally winning that T20 series. How important is that next period, in particular the World T20, a couple of matches at home before that, but then the World T20 leading into an Ashes next year? How important is that next little period for the Australian team? Yeah,
I think it's a really important little period. As you said, we had some success in India with the T20 Tri-Series, and that was a pretty big moment for us. I think not probably having that much success more recently in T20 series, so hopefully that's been a little bit of a turning point, but that's a one-off at the moment, so we hope to build on that and really make a mark on world cricket in the T20 space in particular in the next 12 months. So I see it as being really important if we can keep that momentum heading into the Ashes as well, and maintain we'll get the #1 spot in all formats, then we're going to be coming into that Ashes series with some confidence too.
Obviously only sort of involved in that first tour, but what do you think it was that sort of changed the fate for the Aussie team in the T20 format? Like, what is it they need to work on to really be a chance to take the title?
Look, I think everything, all the skills are there. They talked about just having a bit of belief in just that style of play and committing to that and believing in that. And I think if they can continue to do that and have some really clear plans, and then when the heat is on, to be able to stick to those plans, I think is going to be really key for them as well moving forward. I think they were able to do that in India in some pretty tough conditions over there, so hopefully we can continue that trend moving forward.
And as you mentioned, you'll be coaching the Indigenous team on a very historic tour of England. How exciting is it to be a part of a tour like that?
Yeah, that's a huge honour. I was obviously involved in 2016 in the girls' first tour to India, and now heading to the UK with the men's team as well. So it's a huge honour to be involved in that program, and the tour this year is sort of celebrating the 1868 men's tour, and we're part of that whole process. So yeah, that's going to be really exciting. I'm looking forward to being part of that again.
And I suppose it's not the first time there's been a woman in the coaching setup with the Australian team, but how exciting is it to see the amount of females coaching at an elite level across the board? What's the landscape like? Do you think it's just going to get better and better?
Yeah, absolutely. Like there's quite a number of females coaching. There's obviously myself and Leah now in that setup at CA, but there's a number of females across the state teams and WBBL that are coaching as well, and the pathways are just becoming more and more, and I think we're seeing a lot more past players now move into coaching roles. I see Alex Blackwell's moving directly into a coaching role, which is fantastic. So I think as the game grows, as it is now, the pathway will open up, and you'll see more females moving into that space as well.
What do you think it is? Is it more, say, an encouraging atmosphere, or what do you think it is that's really encouraging past players to get involved in the coaching side of things?
I think that's just the fact that I guess the profile of the game probably helps. The WBBL provides more opportunities, I think, because there is now the opportunity that you can move into a WBBL team just as an assistant coach, and I guess it's a less sort of threatening start to your career. There just seem to be more options, and the game's growing, so pathways in all the states are growing, and there seem to be more positions becoming available and being created on the back of more players. So I think there's just a more clearer pathway and more opportunities in a less threatening environment.
And lastly, you've been involved with the SACA for quite a while. Are there any players that we should watch out in the near future that you think might be with you in the Aussie team in the next couple of years that maybe aren't already?
Yeah, obviously we've got a few around there at the moment, but I think one that I'd be keeping an eye on would be Tabby Seville. I think she might be one that we might see having higher honours maybe in the not too distant future.